Venezuelans are out on the streets in Caracas and other parts of the country. Are they protesting the recently declared presidential elections of Venezuela, or are they celebrating it? You're watching Viewpoint. I'm Afrida Rahman Ali. United States has been quick to trash this election, saying that this election process has been rigged. Who has rigged it? The president who has been in power, Nicholas Maduro, according to many US-based pollsters and analysts, are saying that he has rigged this election and he has turned it in his favor, despite the fact that exit polls showed a clear win for opposition leader Edmundo Gonzalez. So Edmundo Gonzalez and his supporters believe that this was an election that was meant to throw out the current president, Nicholas Maduro. Why is it so? They believe that the country has deteriorated socially and economically, and he deserved to be ousted. The exit polls showed a 70% vote in favor of Edmundo Gonzalez and showed a defeat for the current president, Nicholas Maduro. But things didn't turn out that way. I have a take on the matter, and my take is, why is the United States quick to trash the process? The election results were announced early on Monday morning. Within hours, you had reports after report online saying the election was rigged. You had videos posted online showing supporters of Maduro stopping voters from casting their ballot because apparently the opposition supporters were turning up in larger numbers. My problem is simply this. This is a highly polarized election. It is very well known that Nicolas Maduro is a socialist communist leader. He is a pro-Palestinian leader. Is that why he is inconvenient for the United States? That's my simple question. Is that why there was this whole narrative created that Nicolas Maduro is set to lose? And as it turns out, the exit polls are proven wrong. Is that something unusual? Well, if you go by the Indian context, certainly not. We have had so many elections where exit polls turn out completely wrong. It has happened in the last Lok Sabha election as well. So why is it that based on the exit poll numbers, this entire election process has been trashed? Is there a reason for it? And is the reason very clear? That the US and the nations allied with the US do not want Nicolas Maduro to be in power. Remember, there were sanctions imposed on Venezuela. There were sanctions imposed because the US believed that Maduro has reneged on the deals that were made with America for oil and various other trade deals. Therefore, these sanctions were imposed. They wanted a convenient leader. They wanted Edmundo Gonzalez to be in power in the state. Unfortunately, that did not happen. And now every effort being made to ensure that this election is being touted as an election that's a fraud. Now, Venezuelans are out on the street. Pictures are put out online. The captions are that these are protesters, that they are protesting the victory of Nicolas Maduro. But many of these are also celebrations. So is there an attempt to somehow skew the narrative to one side? Because here is a leader who's pro-Palestine, here is a leader who's been inconvenient for the United States. Look at the nations, the neighboring nations who have trashed these elections. Chile has called it a fraud. You had Costa Rica and Peru calling it a fraud, rejecting the official result. Argentina also calls the result a fraud. Cuba, Honduras, and Bolivia has cheered Maduro's victory. So one can clearly see the ideological divide. Whether the election was actually a fraud or not, well, we will know within a few hours' time. There will be more reports, there will be more scrutiny. But as of now, my simple question is, why is the United States quick to jump into the bandwagon to say that Nicolas Maduro has lost this election, whereas the state election body, the apex body, has declared him a winner? Is there a reason why that has happened?